standpoint, right to try. We did right to try. That's space age stuff. We have the best labs, the best doctors in the world. And we'd have things that won't come out for 4 or 5 or 6 years. They won't be approved. And I got it done. And they've been trying to get that done for 54 years. I got it done. And it saved thousands and thousands of lives. You know, nobody wanted it. The health companies didn't want it. The labs didn't want it. The doctors didn't want it. And the country didn't want it because everybody felt they were going to have liability. I got everybody in a room. The insurance companies didn't want it. I got them in a room. I said, look, the patient's going to sign no liability to anybody. And they were willing to do that. And we've saved thousands and thousands of lives. And, you know, it's shown in many cases that the drugs really work. You know, the drug companies didn't want it because they didn't want to take terminally ill people, the people that were terminal. And it was incredible because they'd say for years, we don't want to take a chance because if they get sick, I said, they're terminal. You know, it's like that. These are really sick people. These are people that will be dead. They are dying. And they will have the right to use it. And they have had, and we've saved thousands and thousands of lives. And actually, it's been the opposite effect. Some of these drugs are so good that it actually proved that they were good, as opposed to, you know, the liability factor that the drug companies were worried about. So we're very proud of everything we did. We're the great.
Guys, I'm just so confused here. Sitting here today, I think it's safe to say that most people are against the vaccine mandate. According to Trump himself here, nobody wanted this vaccine to be rushed through because they knew it wasn't ready. It has not proven itself to be safe. He said himself nobody wanted it, not the labs or the doctors, not even the drug companies themselves or the insurance companies, because they did not want to be liable for something they knew wasn't safe. So it's Trump admitting that he was the one that got everyone in the room and made so that people would sign off the liability away from the drug makers and the insurance companies. Don't get me wrong, I like Trump. I think he has good intentions for the country in general. But he sees himself so high up that he is literally telling his supporters to their face that he pushed the vaccine nobody wanted through, and they're all just sitting there nodding their heads like, yup, good job, excellent, thanks for the vaccine. Here's where I'm confused. First there was this virus. Trump takes credit for creating a vaccine in record time. The Democrats were weary of the vaccine. Everyone, including the White House and Biden, all said Trump could not be trusted. The vaccine couldn't be trusted. Then Biden takes office and all of a sudden everyone must take the vaccine. If you didn't take the vaccine, then you're the problem. They forced everyone to take the vaccine through a vaccine mandate so that if you didn't take the vaccine, then you could lose your job and couldn't travel. So naturally the public is against the vaccine, including conservatives who generally support Trump. If I'm not mistaken, conservatives are the loudest voices against the vaccine mandate, citing that it ruined people's livelihoods and it was against their civil liberties. Those who were against the vaccine blamed the drug companies for being reckless and greedy, but here we see that it's actually the opposite. The drug companies did not want this because they didn't want to get sued for liabilities. The insurance companies didn't want this because they didn't want to have to pay off massive lawsuit they knew could result from this. It was Trump that removed the liability from these companies and placed it on the American people. Now it's election year, and here is Trump telling you that he was the one who pushed the vaccine through when nobody wanted it, and you see all his supporters sit there and just nodding along and support what he's telling them they were against. So I just don't get it. I'm too dumb for politics.